wait a minute. Come in.
Mr. Benny?
Yes?
Can you tell me how to get to Ripley's Believe It or Not Auditorium?
Why, yes. It's just a half a block down the street to your left. What do you want to see Ripley about?
My hair's got the widest part in the world. Goodbye.
He's right, folks. His head looks like the Boston Post Road with ears. Sing, Nellie. Mary, look what you did. Look what you dropped on my new Chinese rock. Look what you did with your duck.
Well. Well, it's chop suey, so don't worry.
Don't worry, she says. I'll never get that out.
Well, look who's here.
Hiya, Jackson. Mary.
Are you shopping around too, Phil?
Nah, I'm just waiting for Alice. She's up there in the beauty saloon having her hair done.
He's only got one line on the program, can't get it right. In the first place, Phil, in the first place, that's salon, not saloon.
But, Don, what could be better for a Christmas gift than a carton of Lucky Strike cigarettes?
2 cartons, 1 for each stocking.
Oh, gee. Oh, boy. For a minute, I thought I was going to...
Jack, stop looking at your Social Security.
You know, it wouldn't hurt if we rehearsed this program. Phil, go ahead and play a number, will you? Okay, come on.
Hey, buddy, on second thought, I don't think we want to look at the battleship today.
I came here to visit a battleship, and I want to be one.
Here we are, Jack, right up alongside of it.
You want to be a battleship? Okay, watch your step getting out.
I found out one thing. To win an Academy Award, you got to do a picture with absolutely no laugh.
Well, your darn one last near made it.
I think you got the idea. I don't mind when you ball up a lousy gag, but that was such a good one. Hello?
Hello, this is Mr. Benny's residence.
What?
Star, stage, screen, radio, and television if they ever get that stuff.
If they ever hurry up with that stuff, it's all right. Rochester, you didn't have to be nice to me. It was all right. Rochester, there's a place to park right across the street.
Can't do it, boss. I'll have to make a U-turn.
Well, what's wrong with making a U-turn?
There's a $2 double charge.
There's a $2 cover charge for that. No Boy, all I ask is one rehearsal. That's all I ask. Well, go ahead. Nobody's looking.
Jack, what happened? How come you're so late?
Oh, it's a long story, Don. I had a flat tire, and then I got tied up in traffic, and Rochester didn't know what he was talking about. And right out here in front of the studio... Well, he was nervous, you know, a cop coming. You can blame him. Then right out here in front of the studio, a cop tried to give me a ticket. I told him I was Jack Benny. He changed his mind fast. Well, Mary, it wasn't the sentiment. It was the money. I mean, it wasn't the money. It was the check. I mean, the sentiment. Now, come on, kids. We have a sketch to do. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight...
Oh, Jack, before you start the sketch, don't you think we ought to do a commercial?
Just one fella. That's all I ask. One man read a line right. That's all I ask. 13 years he's been with me. What were you going to say, Don?
Well, I say, before you start the sketch, don't you think we ought to do a commercial?
A commercial? Well, to start me an original idea. Yes, Don, by all means, let's be doing. Let's be daring and do a commercial.
Okay, Jack. Quartet's ready.
The what?
The
quartet?
Yeah.
Hello, Don.
Hi, Don.
Oh, hello, everybody. Hello. Well, Jack, here's those ice cream puffs, or those cream puffs that you asked me to bring over.
Don, I know you haven't got much to do this week, but don't pad your part. One word isn't going to help it any, you know. What was it you said, Don? What?
I said, here are those cream puffs that you asked me to bring over.
Cream? What are these for?
Well, you phoned me this morning and asked me to bring over some cream puffs.
I asked you for earmuffs. It's cold in New York. The silliest thing I ever heard of.
Oh, I'm sorry, Jack. I'm sorry I stumbled and misunderstood you.
That's all right. Mary, put these cream puffs in my suitcase. I'll eat them on the plane. Oh, waiter. Waiter.
Yeah.
Oh, him again. Now, let's see.
Waiter, I'll have a chiss sweet sandwich.
Well, she'll have a kiss sweet sandwich.
Waiter, I'll have a Swiss cheese sandwich.
Yes, ma'am. One Swiss cheese sandwich.
One Swiss cheese.
Well, here I come with a piano bunch. Listen, where the piano bench? Although the other way would be good, too. Here I come with the piano bunch. Just as good one way or the other. Oh, really, what's the difference if I say, here I come with the piano bench, or here I come with the piano bunch? It doesn't make any difference. Hey, where do you want me to sit, Mary?
Right here. Your name's on the place card.
Well, place cards and everything. How did Phil know where to sit? He can't read.
I put his picture on the plate.
Oh.
That's your fault, Bunch. You got people thinking I can't read.
Oh, yeah? Let me see you write your name.
Don't change the subject. I'm talking about reading.
I thought so. Mary, all the networks are nice. And it's about time people realize that there's no animosity between them.
There isn't?
Of course not. Now, take CBS. They even put Johnson's wax on the floors.
Jack, CBS didn't put it there. So many stars have come over, they've tracked it in on their heads.
On their heads. On their shoes. They must be acrobats coming. How do you like them? We got acrobats now. Walk in on their head. Shoes.
So many stars come over, they tracked it in
Oh,
on
we
their
don't
shoes.
have to do it through it again. Doesn't matter how it got there. The fact that it's not there proves that. Rochester, here's the studio lot. Turn right in. Leona, get up. All right, sister, you asked for it. Get the jack, Rochester. It's right there in the buggy.
Okay.
And no need of winking at me, Leona. You're getting up off that floor.
Here's the boss, Jack. Here's the jack, boss.
You've had some of that liniment too, brother. Thanks. Hello again, this is Jack Benny talking, and Don, I want to ask you something. How did you know that I bought a new suit?
I heard it on Dreer Pooser.
You heard it on what? Wait a minute, I want to hear this. You heard it on what?
I heard it on Drew Pearson's broadcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, he got the award for being the best announcer in the show. That gives you a rough idea. Dr. Gallup must have given it to you. Now, wait a minute, Don. Drew Pearson is a commentator who specializes in national affairs. Why would he mention that I bought a suit for $19.50?
Because Wall Street feels that it indicates a definite trend toward a bull market.
Okay, man, this is Romanoff's restaurant. That man in that red uniform and gold braid must be the doorman. I'll ask him. Pardon me, are you the doorman?
Well, who do you think I am, Dreer Pooson?
Now stand aside and let me in. Well, tell me, Prince Romanoff, what do you know about this murder?
Murder? Has there been a murder here?
Yes, your cigarette girl called me and told me about it.
Well, here she comes now. I'll ask her. Tell me, Mitzi, have we had a murder today?
Yes. Carlton Quince was killed.
One lousy rehearsal.
Carlton Quince was killed. There he is at the corner table, dead.
What are you blowing the horn for, Rochester?
I want to pass that catalog. Cadillac. I must be crazy.
Rochester, if you can't pass a catalog with this car, I'm really going to get rid of it. And just drive. Go ahead, Humphrey, you gangster.
Captain O'Benny was called into the case but was unable to make any headway. So this week, I will solve the crime.
I'll bet. Go ahead, you thug.
As the scene opens, we find Detective Captain O'Bogart and his two assistants.
Had to make a mistake.
We find Detective Captain O'Bogart and his two assistants. Yeah. In their office at police headquarters.
Hello?
Hello, Mr. Benny. This is Rochester.
Hello, Rochester. What do you want?
I'm in a lot of trouble, boss. You shouldn't have asked me to bake a loaf of bread for dinner tonight.
Why? What happened?
Well, I took a small bowl and put in 2 cups of flour.
Uh-huh.
Then I put in a keg of yeast.
Uh-huh.
Then I added 1 cup of water and stirred it together.
Well?
It looked kind of dry, so I added more water.
I see.
Since I added more water, I threw in another keg of yeast.
Well, isn't that a lot of yeast?
That's what I thought, so I put in more water. More flour.
More
flour. Yeah.
More flour. I
Yeah.
see.
That made it too dry, so then I added more water.
Rochester.
That made it too soggy, so I put in some more yeast.
More yeast.
So to balance the proportions, I added more flour.
Well, you balanced that one. You didn't let it drop, anyway. Huh?
Yeah, I balanced the proportions with more flour.
Flour?
That made it too dry, so I poured in a quart of champagne.
Champagne?
I had to do something to break the monotony.
If you'd listened to me while we were making it, The Horn Blows at Midnight would have been a terrific hit.
Jack, we tried everything. We made a lot of retakes. It was awful how we threw money away on that picture.
Threw money away?
Yeah, we spent over $500,000 for a new finish, and nobody ever stayed to see it.
No wonder you can't make good pictures. You fluff over lines and everything. Now, look, Jack Warner, I want to tell you something. All of that about The Horn Blows at Midnight was not my fault. I think that picture had great possibilities.
Well, no, Jack, it missed both ways.
Both ways? What do you mean?
Well, if it had been a little better, we might have gotten our money back in the theaters.
Yes?
If it were a little worse, it would be unnatural for television.
Never mind television. It's going to be, I'll tell you, Mr. Warner, it's going to be great when I do it on the Ford Theater.
All right, Jack, if you won't listen to reason, maybe you'll listen to this. We'll give you $5,000 not to do it.
No.
$10,000.
I'm sorry, Mr. Warner, but money means nothing to me.
I've got to listen to the repeat show and see if he really heard that.
See if I really heard
See if
that.
I really heard that.
You ought to make your pictures with Jack Warner. I know we rehearsed this. I know that. Anything else? Huh? What?
Just a little shaky. I've had a pair of dice in my hands. It'll be very nice.
All right, read just what's there. That's all. Read what's there. Come on. Here it is. Wait a minute. Here it is. Here, well, Jack.
Oh, yeah. I see.
Go ahead.
Yes, Mary, you didn't say Mary.
I say
please.
Mary, please.
Oh,
You got the next one. Go ahead.
Well, Jack, here's my final offer. My brother Harry and I are willing to take you into the firm and make you one of the Warner brothers.
No, I'm afraid not. That means I'd have to change my name.
If you do the picture, we're going to change ours.
I'm sorry, but my mind is made up. I'm going to do The Horn Blows at Midnight on the radio, and that's final, Mr. Warner.
Just call me Sam Goldwyn.
What?
Yeah, you heard me. Just call me Sam Goldwyn.
You just got to say goodbye, Jack.
Oh, well, just say goodbye.
Goodbye, Jack. I can get a $50 actor to play Jack Warner. I had to get the Jack Warner.
Norm, it brings tears to my eyes every time I think about it.
Why? What happened?
They threw tear gas.
I know we would have missed the next show at the Chicago Theater. Such a wonderful joke. Huh? You nervous? I don't know. Well, what are you talking about? One little bomb. She makes a big thing out of it, you know? Anyway, Norman, 5,000 people met me at the station. By the way, Rochester, how much eggnog did you make?
About 250 gallons.
250 gallons. For goodness sake, well, I don't want to drink it. I mean, I don't want to bathe in it. I want to drink it. I don't want to bathe in it. Don't look at me like that. I defy your next line to get a laugh.
Well, to each his own. You fooled me.
Let's settle that picture deal we've been talking about.
Well, Jack,
You're supposed to be mad here.
Jack, I just can't make a picture with you this year.
Academy Award, he can't read.
Jack, I just can't make a picture with you this year. You'll have to excuse me.
Yeah?
I'm going over to dressing room G. I have to look over a dramatic script.
Oh, well, that's right next door, Jimmy. I'll show you where it is. Kids, I'll be back in a minute. By the way, Bart, what's in that other box?
That's a gardenia. I brought it for Mary.
Well.
He's just like all the other fellas. He starts out with orchids, and now I'm now down to a gardenia.
Quiet.
Very good, Mary.
Been better if she hadn't muffed it, Bart.
Now, Sinatra, what are you doing here at the Racket Club? I thought you were staying at the El Irisado.
I am. I was over there taking a sunbath, and I guess it's windier than I thought.
One line, he nearly killed the whole joke.
Well, I guess I blew that, huh?
Well, we'll be off the air again. Now listen, Sinatra. Listen, Sinatra, what do you know about the murder of Ketty Cadieux? Oh, a letter from your mother, eh?
Uh-huh.
Well, and what does the Ma Kettle of Plainfield have to say?
Well, just a second, I'll read it to you.
Okay.
My darling daughter, Mary, as you'll notice from the stationery, I'm writing this from the Plainfield Hotel. The reason we're here is because 3 days ago, we shut the house up and had it fumigated on account of the pests. We got rid of them, all except your Uncle Lou and Cousin Willie.
Well, it's about time.
We really
Your mother didn't start out very funny, incidentally. Go ahead.
We really don't mind Willie, as he's very little bother. He spends all his time down in the basement with his printing press. He has to work night and day because his biggest competitor is the United States government.
Your mother writes them all right. You just can't read them. I was blaming the mother. The mother at all. Go ahead, Mary. I'm sorry.
Oh, there's more.
Oh, well.
Next time I have a cold, don't send your doctor to take care of me.
Why not? He's an excellent physician.
Yeah, but boy, is he nearsighted.
The doctor?
When he came into the house, I thought I'd save a little time, so I stuck out my tongue and he hung his hat on it.
No kidding. Is he that nearsighted?
Worse than that.
Yeah?
He went to listen to my chest, put his stethoscope against the radiator, and said, "Stop hissing me. I'm here to help you."
He had a little trouble with stethoscope.
Yes,
Next time we do the joke, we'll make it needle.
Jack, what are you talking about?
Huh?
Kirk Douglas is up for the award.
Well,
he was the star
we're
of
back
the
to stethoscope. I'll bet you $1,000 Douglas is easier to say than stethoscope. What'd you say, Don?
I said Kirk Douglas is up for the award. He was the star of the champion.
Mary, for your information, I borrowed that sunsuit from the queen of the desert circus. She was just my size.
But, Jack, you're a man. You shouldn't have worn the trunks. Why did you wear the top?
Read that right. But,
Oh,
Jack,
I'm
you're
sorry.
We'll never get off the air tonight.
But, Jack,
Yeah?
you're a man.
Yeah?
You should have just worn the trunks. Why did you wear the top?
Why'd I wear the top? I had to have some place to keep my guns.
Jack, Phil wants to talk to you.
All right, hand me the phone.
Here. If a pigeon answers, hangs up. Hangs up?
Instead of Pasadena, we should be playing in Czechoslovakia. Hello, Phil. What? Hello, Phil.
Mumbles Livingston's getting hard to follow, ain't she?
But Miss Livingston said it came to $1.28, and it does come to $1.30.
That's all right, Mr. Rochester.
While he's my valet, you can call him Rochester. When you see him outside, you can call him Mr. Anderson.
That's all right, Rochester. Mr. Betty.
If we ever get through with this show tonight, we're lucky. Finish that line, or won't get a laugh anymore anyway.
That's all right, Rochester. Mr. Benny gave me an empty Coke bottle. I got 2 cents back on it.
Oh, Mary, you're so funny.
Dennis, what are you doing in Las Vegas anyway?
I'm up here sightseeing. Yesterday I saw the Hoover vacuum cleaner factory.
The Hoover vacuum? Hoovier? Did I say Hoovier? Remember our old president, Herbert Hoovier?
No, that's Herbert Heaver.
Dennis, when you were in Las Vegas, you say you saw the Hoover vacuum cleaner factory?
Yeah, it sure is a funny-looking place. A big solid wall of cement with water on one side of it.
Oh, for heaven's sake, that's Hoover Dam. Dam.
Well, there's no need to get that mad about it.
Bye, Jack.
So long, Hoovier.
So long, fish head.
How could you have possibly hit his car while I was up in the grass reek?
A natural mistake for a girl who's going back to the May Company tomorrow. Tonight, folks, we're a little crazy. All right, Mary, you can sit down now. Phil, let's have a band now.
Wait a minute, Jackson. You didn't even give Livy a chance to do her routine. She comes in, says hello, and you push her away from the microphone.
Phil, I know what I'm doing. Let's have a band number.
Jack, you're not pushing Mary for that little mistake that she made on last week's program.
Pushing, did you? That's punishing. Nobody reads on this program. I certainly am punishing Mary.
Now, wait a minute. What did our little Livy do?
I'll tell you what she did, Phil. It happened after you left to do your own show. You remember that part last Sunday when I ran my car into a gas station and hit another car while it was up on a grease rack?
Yeah?
Well, at the very end of the program, Mary was supposed to say to me, Jack, how could you possibly hit a car that was up on a grease rack? That's all she was supposed to say. How could you possibly hit a car that was up on a grease rack?
Well, what did she say?
Phil, if I told you the mistake she made, you wouldn't believe me, so I brought a record along. Fellas, put that record on, the one I gave you last week's show. Now listen to this, Phil.
Well, Mary, I think the way I've got the interview is all right. I think people will be interested in the way I found Rochester.
Well, I think so, but Jack, how could you have possibly hit his car while I was up in the grass rake?
All right, fellas, that's enough. That's enough. How do you like that? Grass reek. What kind of a word is that?
Oh, Jack, anybody can make
Mary,
it.
get away from the microphone.
But Jack...
Don't but Jack me. Just when I'm getting over Chiswee sandwich, you come up with a new one.
Don't worry about it. Cheer up, Livy. So you made a little mistake. Next week, before we go on the air, I will personally go over the script with you.
Please, Phil, I'm in enough trouble.
Yeah, Luca's going to show her how to read. Phil, you can't even write your own name.
So what?
So what do you do when you have to sign a check?
The same as you would. Take a little Novocaine.
But why do you object to my doing murder mysteries? Don't you ever have murders here?
Very rarely. We only have minor troubles, like this morning. We had to chase a skunk that was running around on someone's lawn.
Oh, did you finally get the skunk off the lawn?
Yes, but boy, did that grass reek.
Well, that settles it. We're going to do our sketch, and don't worry, Chief, I won't embarrass you.
While we were having dinner, we watched your television show. And, Jack, you look wonderful in color.
In color?
Yeah, when you came on, Mama threw the ketchup bottle on the screen.
Her first joke, and look what happened. All the straight lines she read fine. Read it again, because we got something to follow
I
there.
can't. I threw the page away.
When you came... Oh, I'll read it for you. Jack, when you came on, Mama threw the ketchup bottle out the screen. Then I say no.
Papa didn't wipe it off till Faye Emerson came on.
Well, congratulations!
If you don't need me anymore now, boss, I'll go in the library and finish working on your scrapbook.
Oh, fine, Rochester. You know, one of my biggest thrills is when I show my scrapbook to people.
I know, boss. That's why I put the picture of you shaking hands with the King of England right on the front cover.
Good. What's on the back cover?
An ad. You sold the space to Manischewitz's wife.
I had that hunch all day.
I'm a bourbon man.
Well, Rochester, look at it. Pace, I went over it with him 1,000 times. Manischewitz's.
What are you doing here, Jackson?
What am I doing here? This is our last show of the season.
I thought we did that last week.
Last week?
Sure, I came down to see Guy Lombardo.
But, Phil, he doesn't start until next week. Oh, sorry, that was Mary's line. Go ahead, Mary, you take that. No, Mary, I'm sorry, I took away your line. You read it, Mary.
I like the way you read it.
No, you read it. No, let's take our time. You read it. Go ahead.
But, Phil, he doesn't start until next week.
No, you read it, Jack.
Phil, he doesn't start until next week.
Thank you. Now, who's going to get the other one?
Anyway, what do you want to see Guy Lombardo for?
Well, I promised I'd teach Carmen the lyrics to That's What I Like About the South.
Phil, what did Fletcher do this time?
He didn't do nothing.
Then why? Then why do they take him back to prison?
Because they changed wardens, and he's the only one who knows where everything is.
Oh, hello, Jack.
Mary, come on in.
Well, what job have you got picked out for me? Cleaning out your garage or mowing the lawn?
Well, you can't move the lawn, I know that. The very first line. She just got here. Mary, I don't know what you're talking about. What happened?
Our canary stepped on the horse and killed it.
Mary, that line is our canary stepped on the pig and killed it. It's amazing. It has an imitation of a pig. Mary says it stands on the cow and killed it. Well, he can't help it. He looks like everybody. Take that line, our canary stepped on it.
All right. Our canary stepped on the pig and killed it.
I'm in trouble, Frank. I'm in trouble. Frank Miller's coming back in town to kill me. I need help. Also a rehearsal. You sure do.
By the way, Jack, where are you staying at the Biltmore?
What? Bob, read that line over again, will you, please?
Oh, I see. By the way, Jack, where are you staying? At the Biltmore?
That's better. You see, to him it's nothing. But a comma can cost me $30 a day. Hello, Mary. Happy Easter.
Happy. Jack, you're not going to wear that white suit.
Why not? What's wrong with it?
I haven't seen one like that since Admiral Byrd came back from the South Pole.
What are you talking about?
Well, if you're going to wear it, at least wipe that tomato soup satin off the lapel.
That
Stain.
tomato soup what? Well, I've heard everything. Wipe that tomato soup satin?
Tomato soup stain off the lapel.
Well, what for? From a distance, it'll look like a red carnation.
Wait a minute, Jack. Your jar of cold cream, it doesn't have any label on it.
I know.
Gee, it looks good. Smells good, too. Who recommended it, Percy Westmer or Max Factor?
Betty Crocker.
Betty Crocker?
Uh-huh.
But she tells you how to cook and fry and... Wait a minute. Let me smell that again.
What are you laughing at?
I never thought that Buck Benny would turn out to be the Cisco Kid.
Crisco Kid! She's even got it underlined.
Well, Mary, we'll soon be leaving San Francisco. Did you have a good time here?
Oh, just wonderful, Don. There's so much to do and so much to see.
Yeah, I get a kick out of everything here. Even the little things like the cable cars, you know?
What's so funny, Mary?
Well, I'm laughing at Jack talking about cable cars. I saw him yesterday morning on Powell Street.
What happened?
Well, when he thought no one was looking, he walked out in the middle of the street, stuck his finger in the slot, hooked it around the cable, and got hooked up the hill for nothing.
The way you read that, I didn't think I was going to get up the hill at all. Got hooked up the hill. How do you do? Step right. Oh, it's you, Mary.
Stop bowing. I'm not going to buy your house.
I know. Come on in. I thought it was another prospect. You know, they've been coming in droves.
No sale yet, huh?
No soul yet.
I rehearsed, too.
Yeah, I know. No, Mary. No sale yet.
Look, Jack, here's my final offer. My brothers Harry, Albert, and myself are willing to take you into the firm and make you one of the Warner brothers.
No, I'm afraid not. That means I'd have to change my name.
If you do, the picture we're going... Oh, I blew it.
No, I'm afraid not. That means I'd have to change my name.
If you do the picture, we're going to change ours.
Look, Mary, if you know so much, how...
Jack!
I'm in my dressing room, Don.
You and Mary better get on stage.
I don't know whether this is a show or a rehearsal, right? Maybe we're just writing it now.
You and Mary better get on stage. We've only got a few minutes left before airtime.
We're a little late, so good night, folks.
J-E-L-L-O.
This is the National Broadcasting Company.